person's father is always special to them. In particular, my father, my brother could speak for himself, but my father was special because he was involved, he was interested, he was a companion. He wanted to engage me in things he was interested in the issues and causes of the day, as well as things that just interested him, such as fishing and being outdoors. And he was, that I guess is how I think of him as a special person.
Yeah, I think there's both two levels. There's the personal and you might say the political, the legal side to his my relationship with him, and as a lawyer and as a human being, I recall most profoundly his behavior and his work during the McCarthy period, when he put his whole life on the line, so to speak, and his career on the line, and his law office on the line, by defending communists or people accused of being communists when it was not the approved thing to do. So he took his own road there and had suffered in a number of ways as a result. But there was never any question in his mind about his obligation to do this, and he threw himself into it with all his abilities. And on the personal side, I think he understood the potential effect of that on us and expressed that. I'm sure to me, I was older at the time. His concern about how what he was doing would impact us. So that was my early feeling about my old man.
He always spoke of the fact that he became a lawyer just at the very beginning of the Great Depression, and ended up representing small merchants, mostly in the Jewish community from which he came, trying to collect debts. So he was collection lawyer, really. And then he heard a lecture by Maurice Sugar, who was a prominent socialist thinker and lawyer at the time. And this was a huge moment for him, because he saw it at that point. He saw now there was a way in which he could really connect with ideals that he had only read about, but that were so meaningful to him: justice, fighting racism, fighting for working people. These are things that now became a real possibility, and he chose a professional life, that embraced these ideas, and I think this was momentous for him. Yeah.
Well, I think the Sugar connection is really the most core key to his the way he lived and the things he did from that day forward. There were other people who influenced him, certainly, but that was a crucial moment in his life.
Well, I think it's important to know that he and his partners, in particular George Crockett, founded the first interracial law partnership in the United States, maybe in the world, I don't know. And in that way, it's of huge historical importance.
Yeah, I think, and even in small ways, the times when the partnership was formed early on, it was the only interracial partnership in Michigan, sort of probably in the U.S. And there were times when we would go out to dinner at a partnership meeting, and they wouldn't serve our African American partner. And that's the kind of confrontation you'd get in those days. It's almost incredible to think about it today, but he persevered and took all of the gaff for that decision too. And again, an example of his courage and his his positive thinking.